And this is Edwina with Elegant Creations, and I'm doing this video for Saturday Morning Mix with Jill Norwood. And I wanted to bring my mailbox, tree boxes that I made. I did not use a die, only for this front part, a circle dies, two different kinds, two different sizes. So I wanted to show you what I created. I couldn't decide on what I wanted. I kept changing it, and so I have 5 different designs. So I have these two where I put the little locket, and this little flap I made square, and then I thought I didn't really like that, so I decided to create my little postal flap here. So I did that, and I'm going to show you how I do that. And then I embossed, I had a reindeer stamp that I had gotten from, I'm going to show you what I used, from Michael's years ago, and it had this little stamp right here. It is longer, so I did not cut it off. I just kind of did, when I did my ink, I just made sure that I stopped at a certain point. This one is a little shorter. I didn't curve it as much, and so I used that. And then I also used this die that my friend had, and I used the special delivery, the one she lent me with the truck. So I did that, and then I had a stamp that's from Hobby Lobby that said North Pole. And then these little, I did these on the computer, and then I just kind of put little gold swirls on these. So here's this one, these two. This is the first one I made. I did the embossing powder, but it turned kind of yellow, and I didn't really care for that, so I decided to do, I did do a couple of them, and I found another white one I had, so I used that, but I did use the gold, and I really like the gold. So then this one I did the door facing this way with the knob, and then this one I used this little die that is a locket, and then I just cut out the little I just did a piece of paper. I didn't do the whole thing. Then I just cut the little, this part, the little locket part right there. I had, years ago, I had a little small Martha Stewart heart with a little key, and I gave it to somebody, and I wish I would have had it, because that would have probably been the perfect size, because it was probably about an inch big, or an inch and a half, and that would have probably been perfect. But I gave it away. So this one I had a different Santa flying, and I did that one. And then this little, the letters I used the We Are Memory punch board. It's a word punch board, and it comes with these little letters, and so you just kind of stick them in there, and then you can punch the whole, like I put the word post, and then cut all at one time, and then it stays in these little things, so I can do as many as I want. So that's what I did. It's tiny. They're very tiny. I'm not even sure. Let me see if I have a ruler here, how big they are. They're probably like half an inch, about half an inch wide, big. And so it was kind of hard to glue, but I did it. And so then I did this one in white. The only thing I don't like is that I did both. I did not emboss this. I just used my ink that I got. It was a cherry cobbler, I think it is, from Stampin' Up. And then I just decorate with hollies. This one, since I put the North Pole, I couldn't put the locket, so I did put the puff paints. But what I do is I just cut out a couple pieces of paper, and I'm going to give you all the measurements, and then I put my round die on this and cut it out, just the top, and that's the only die that I use. And so I just embossed the little, I think this was a Martha Stewart also stamp set that I had from many years ago. Just make a little box, and then the back is very plain. And so I'm not sure what I'm going to put on these, but I did do 5 different ones. And so I have to make a few more. Don't know which one I like the best, but I think I'm going to make a couple of white ones. And then I like the gold, so I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so what I did, I'm gonna bring all my stuff here. Okay, so I cut a 3 by 4 1/4, which is a small one, and you'd cut 2. And then I cut a 4 1/2 by 3 1/4, and you cut 2, because it's for the front and back. So then what I do was I use these circles, and I used a 3 3/4 inch round, and then a 3 1/4 inch round. And so on this small one is I put my paper through there, and I sandwich. I'm sure all of you know how to do this. Then you just put it there, so then it doesn't cut this part. So when I go through the die, I stop about right there. So then you just cut right there. And just make sure that it's even. You can mark it if you want to, the center, and the center here, and then the center here. That way you make sure you match it up, because you don't want it to be. It could be lumpy, but sideways actually. So that's what I did for both of those. So these fit in there right perfectly right there like that. So then I just run it through my machine. Okay, so then you would sandwich these two together. The best thing that I found to do, okay, sandwich these, and then I did all my stamping. I didn't put my doors, and I didn't put my flap until I put it together on the box. So you do all your stamping and everything first. And then I just went with a gold gel pen. I went around here, all the way around. And then I got my ruler, and then I kind of went all around here. Just kind of give it a little bit of highlight. And then I did my brown ink, and all the way around, both of those. So you do 2 of those. And then this is your door. So the door, and let me see what my doors are. Oh, back here. The doors are 2 by 2 1/4, and then a 2 by 1 3/4. Okay. Then I cut a piece of paper at 4 1/4, I'm sorry, by 9 1/2. So you get 2 out of one box, and then this took another piece of paper. So I used 2 sheets of paper. And so then you score at 3 by 4 1/2 by 7 1/2 by 9, and then this your little 1/2 inch flap. So I cut this off right here, and then you just cut all the way to the score lines. Do your little mitering here and here, and then you just fold this up, and it makes the box. Okay, I've done this box many times. So then you just fold the bottom. This is your bottom flap. Okay. So then, okay, so I put together this to the box, stamped and everything, and then I put my doors, and then I put a little piece of black in here. I don't know if you can see, a little piece of cardstock that I had, this scraps, and then I cut for the flap. I did a, let me see here, a 1 and 3 1/4. Then you score at 1/4 inch right here. Okay, it's going to go all the way down here. And then you're going to do 1/2 inch on each side. I did the 1/2 inch, turned it, did a 1/2 inch. Okay, so then when I cut at the score line, and then I cut this flap off right here. Okay, both on each side. And then I folded this. I did this video twice, so then I ended up doing this. But I folded this at the line, okay, both sides, and then I cut a little bit off. Just, this is going to be your glue flap. And then I just cut this off right there at an angle. Okay, so when this is going to go, you're going to put glue on here, and you're going to put glue on these little flaps right here. And you're going to round it. Okay, you're going to put all your, and you don't have to put your wording. I just emboss it, and then you can put your wording after your letters, or you could do it before, whichever one you want. So then I just kind of glue that down first. Make sure that was down. And then as I put my doors, so kind of guide it with the doors. And then you just glue your flaps like that. So you'll have a little angle. Let's see if I can show you right here. See that little angle right there? Okay, so I did that on all this. So you just kind of have to make sure that you hold it down, put glue, and then you put hollies and decorate them any way that you want. But I did put the gold on all these. And I probably should have put a little bit of gold trim on this, and I didn't, but it was kind of small. But that's it. That's all that I did on those, and they're pretty easy to do. They really are. It just making sure that you get this all done right. This little angle right here, and that's it for today. I hope you all give it a try. They're really pretty, and I really enjoyed making them. That's what come I going to decide on what I wanted. So have a good weekend, and thank you so much for watching. And if you'd like to hit the like button and leave me a comment, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. That helps my channel a lot. And thank you all so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye-bye.